The Class 707 and Class 717 are siblings of trains in the Desiro City family made by Siemens. These trains are used on suburban routes and specifically in places like Stepford City, Berryley, Benton, Ellesmere, Morganstown and Leighton. Very much Leighton because it's also considered a noob train at only 300 points. Their trains come in 5 and 6 car variants and run at 85 or 100 miles per hour. To quickly check their similarities off, neither of these trains have toilets, which is probably good, as they'd be used by local Stepford gangs to discreetly continue their crimes. These trains also have very modern passenger information displays. Do I like these trains? Let's find out by dissecting them and seeing if they should be scrapped or maybe just maybe suit their role perfectly. Starting with the Class 707. The Class 707 is used by Stepford Connect and is 5 cars in length. It costs 300 points and is the next train up for the station skipping noobs that have managed to get to enough destinations without being despawned to get the required points. The Class 707 runs at 100 miles per hour and is used mainly on the main line between Stepford, Victoria, Morganstown and Leighton. On board the train has a very comfortable, okay I'm not kidding anyone, these are the worst seats I've ever seen in my life. I think my finger is thicker than this seat. The seat literally takes up about 4 pixels of my screen. And people traveling from Stepford Central to Flynn by the Sea have to sit on this junk for 40 minutes. In the last video I said Stepford Connect had no care for passenger comfort. Do you believe me now? But I guess the good thing is that you probably won't be sitting because as previously mentioned in the last video, these trains will be horribly overcrowded as they are only 5 cars long. I guess on the good side there is this small bit of 1x2 seating. But they still have paper thin seats so it's not much of an upgrade. The Class 707 was added to SCR on the 21st of April, 2018 to replace the Class 700 as SCR devs realized how much they hated third rail. Or maybe it was because the Class 700 was 8 cars long and Stepford Connect hates passenger comfort. The train was added as a paper train but received Next Gen version 1, Next Gen version 2 and Next Gen version 3 upgrades. And that is the model we have now. Now the Class 717. This train is currently used on Metro and is 6 cars long. The train costs 500 points and wait, never mind. The SCR devs decided the Desiro cities were no longer anything special, and the Class 717 is goddamn free. That's right. The Class 717 now has all the drool of the iPad kids and the station skipping noobs, but instead of it being an Electroster like the Class 357, it is a sleek new Desiro city. Why? Tell me why. If it was so people would actually drive Metro. Metro is dead compared to it at the beginning. Am I the only one to notice that? And I'm not talking about the tunnel floods. You'll just see no one. And then a Class 717 will zip past your station at the full 85 miles per hour. Anyway, the train runs on Metro mainly between Stepford Victoria, Barton and Stepford UFC. The trains have no toilets, which means no public drinking for the Stepford UFC fans. Oh wait, they do it anyway. The trains have an emergency escape at the front, to be used by the driver when it gets found out he doesn't support the steppies. The train is the longest on Metro as well as the fastest and in my opinion is one of the best except for the fact that despite its very nice 2x2 seating configuration, the seats are paper thin, maybe even thinner than the Class 707. I guess it's lucky there are no long routes on Metro. There are no bins at most to all doors, meaning people are more likely to litter. Not that they weren't anyway. The Class 717 was added to SCR on the 27th of February, 2022, onto Connect, which it stayed happily on costing money to prevent noobs from ruining it until the 11th of May, 2025, when it was sent to Metro. The train has received no remodels as it was added as a Next Gen version 3 train, which is the model we have now. So do I like these trains? Yes. Their design is great and the Class 717 even suits Metro perfectly, but they both have ironing board seating, and for the 707 specifically, is only 5 cars long when it could be up to 10. I guess my favorite thing about the Class 707 is that I can just call it the Class 70707.